What's a sign that somebody wasn't raised right? You give them a lift, and they leave rubbish in your car. Lack of personal accountability. They can never admit wrongdoing on their part. It's always someone else's fault. Someone that does things to intentionally hurt another person's feelings after they've expressed that certain thing hurts their feelings. Who are the guys who spit out their chewing gum into urinals? I see this all the time at work, and I work in a high-end corporate place. Do they think it dissolves and goes down the pipe? The janitor has to pick that out. If they make messes in public areas and just wander off. Leaving trash in the theater. Not flushing. Leaving the cart in a parking space. Edit. Forgot the theater thing is the norm in Britain. I meant in general. Leaving a mess where it's not supposed to be. How they act as a boss when their employee messes up. Yelling and belittling shouldn't be your first option. Disrespecting people for doing their job. They always portray themselves as a victim. Nothing is ever their fault and somebody is always out to get them. One rule for me, one rule for ya. Parents that mess up on the discipline/accountability stage of parenting produce these people. They don't have manners or respect anyone. They never see what they do wrong. How they treat people from whom they have nothing to gain. The word no just means throw a fit and be as obnoxious as you can be until you get your way. No does not mean that rules are rules or someone's job might be on the line. They're the important one, not anyone else. Not respecting personal boundaries. If you're wondering why someone has these sorts of issues, take a look at their parents. How they treat animals and people without power. They don't take responsibility for their actions. They litter. If you throw your crap on the floor, then you have 1. No respect, and 2. You're a tramp. They never say please or thank you. Turning conversation back to themselves at all cost. Being a good listener is a sign of a person raised well. Edit. To clarify, I don't mean quiet or a doormat. I mean generous, empathetic, supportive and curious. Good follow-up questions without making it about oneself. etc. Always pay attention to how someone treats service industry workers, animals, and young children. They don't know how to do normal household stuff. I've seen people that don't even know how to make their own coffee or clean a toilet. Edit. I only mentioned making coffee as an example. If you don't know how to make coffee because you don't drink it, that's fine. They use suicide threats as manipulation. They whistle, snap their fingers, or make that PSPSPS sound to get their server's attention in a restaurant. They apologize for every little thing. Probably a sign that they grew up with abusive parents that got mad over anything and everything. In their spare time they dress up like a bat and beat up the mentally ill. I'd say on the other end of the spectrum, if someone is anxious about simple social interactions, like sharing their opinions, not putting the cart back at the grocery store, they don't actually listen to what you're saying, are just trying to formulate a response. They leave trash in theater and state that it's the employee's job to clean up their mess. Littering, goddamn ducking littering. They one-up you all the time. We know someone that won't get a checking account/direct deposit because the banks just steal your money, and he takes his paycheck to a check cashing/payday loan shop instead. We also know his mom, who is in her mid-40s and on her 3rd bankruptcy. Edit. Not discounting the likelihood that mom destroyed his credit long ago and still would empty his account today if given the chance, which still falls in the raised wrong category if you ask me. But we are talking about a 20-year-old guy living with mom, no rent/no car/no kids, that shouldn't have any substantial debt/expenses of his own to make overdraft fees an issue. They don't say thank you to food servers. Someone brings you food. You say thanks. It ain't hard. They cannot take responsibility for their actions. They don't put their shopping cart in the proper place when they are done with it. People who don't offer to help you clean up when they are visiting you. Like having friends over and them leaving you with all the beer bottles, bowls and glasses on the table. I don't mind cleaning up, but I always offer when at someone else's house. You make the mess together. They act like mental illness is something you can just get over.